Smiles everyone, and welcome to my channel. It's Colleen here. So today I want to show you this insert and how to make it for your journals. I guess you could call it a portfolio, and it's got some exact measurements to it just so everything fits together really well. So that's what we're going to do today. So as you can see, it has a flip up and then a little pocket underneath, and then it has a pocket over here and a pocket here. And this one I made it so that it will glue into your journal this way and flip out like this, and the other one we'll make it in the opposite direction, is what I thought we could do. And so let's get started. So I have the measurements here, and you can adjust this to any size, I'm sure, that you want. I just like this because it fills the page right nicely, yet gives it an edge to it. So I'm going to show you how to make this. So what I did for sure is, as you could see on the back of here, I used some paper from a book that it's written on, that I know I'm never going to use in a journal, and it's a way to upcycle those pages, because what I used for the top of them is I just used some copy. I just ran this off, and it's just copy paper, so it's not super thick, right? And I just ran these images off, and that's what I used. But I backed the images with some book pages and I used the larger book pages from books that I am not going to use. I'm trying to find here. Oh, here, I'll show you. So pages like that you take from a book like this, right? And they're a little larger, but they're just written on. So that's what I use to back the biggest part of this portfolio with. And then the pockets, I used book pages to use up some book pages, is what I did. And so we're going to get started here. So your first piece, this piece that is your cover, is I'm going to just keep the measurements right here so you can see them, but it is 9 by 7 is what I made it. And then, like I said, I covered it with digital from that I had found online. There is free digitals out there, and some of these are free, some of these are my own design. But if you look around, there is free digitals out there. So what I did was I used a digital, and I made this, like I said, 9, so across, 9 across, and 7 inches is the height. And so I covered that, and I did that off, whoops, I moved that. I did that off of camera just because it's a lot of gluing, right? And I thought it wasn't necessary for you to see the gluing part. So I just glued the piece across, and then this one I'm making to flip out this way, instead of like what I did with the other one. Which way did I put it? Oh, this one is going to flip out this way. This one flipped out the opposite way. So you can make it both ways so that you can put it on whatever page in your journal that you want. Okay, because in your journal, of course, this is a larger, so this is a page in your journal. This is larger. So you're not most likely going to want it to flip out this way, right? You're going to, because your journal itself is there, and you're going to want to flip it out. So that would be the other side of the page towards the back of the book, right? And then it will flip so that it is not flipping onto the spine of your book. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so that's what I did, is I covered this, and I just covered the front. I didn't bother with the back because I'm going to glue this into a book. But if you want to just clip it in, you would cover the back as well. So that one, again, was 9 inches across, 7 inches height. Put the measurements back again. And then you need a piece for the flip up. And you need to cut that one at 7 1/4 length and 4 1/2 is your width. Okay, so this one here, of course, we had folded to make the booklet. You just fold it in half. And I liked the ink look, so I just inked these after I covered them. So this one needs to be covered on both sides if you're putting it on book page. This particular image, what I did, because it was going to be both sides, is I simply cut my measurements out. I doubled the 4 1/2. So I made 9 inches, and then I just folded it in on itself and made it 4 1/2 across here. And it's strong enough, being a double like that, that I didn't bother doing it on book page. So you're going to need to do with this one, you're going to do a 1/2 inch score across the top. So let's score that. So we need it to be scored across the top 1/2 inch. Okay, so we will score that 1 1/2 inches. And then we will just fold that over like that, crease it. Oh, and I had a little bit come up, so I'm just going to put some glue in there to secure it a little better. I had used glue stick, and it's fine, works well, except for once in a while right on the corner I might have missed some of it, so I just glue that back together. So now we have this sheet done. So for the pockets on this side, you need the first pocket, which is this one. You need to cut your first pocket 7 1/2 lengthwise and 3 1/2 across the width. And then what you're going to do is you're going to score all 3 of these sides by 1/4 inch, which I have already done. And as you can see, it is backed with the book page. And it's a pocket, so that's all you need to do is back it with the book page. So I'd already scored this one, but what we're going to do, we need to cut the corners. Just take and cut up to the line, not on the line. And I just turn it like that and do like a triangle cut, just like that. And do the same to this side. There we go. And that's just get rid of some of the bulk when you glue this down. So this one, I'm going to simply glue it in now. Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to put a notch in the pockets because I like that look. So let's notch this pocket. So all I'm going to do is put a little notch in here. And I'm going to put it in the middle. There we go. And then I just need to ink that. There we go. Oh, I'm going to ink also. I need to ink all the way around because I have folded it 1/4 of an inch. So I want to ink along the side and along the bottom as well as the top, which of course you don't need to do if you don't want to ink yours, but I like that look. And I don't know if I mentioned, you could do this with cardstock and you wouldn't have to use any of the book pages. So because it would be thick enough, right? But I wanted to use up some book pages and use these digitals. So that's why I did it that way. Because again, I always end up having a lot of book pages that I need to use up in one form or another, and it's a great way to upcycle them. So I'm just putting glue on the fold, the 1/4 fold. You want to put glue along all of it. Now what the 1/4 inch is doing is making your pocket a little bit wider, right? Is what that is accomplishing. So you can put a bigger tag or more than one item inside the pocket. So then I'm just going to glue that on, and I just put it kind of right in the middle, meaning the same distance from the top to it and from the bottom to it, approximately. It doesn't have to be perfect. And there we go. So that one's all glued in, and I'm gonna see, yeah, so, oh no, I need to let that rest for a minute before I show you that, how it opens up a little more. The glue needs to have time to glue down. So the next piece, which is this second pocket, right? Our second pocket here is what you need is 6 1/4 length. You need it to be 6 1/4 in length, 2 1/2 wide. And then again, all 3 sides, you will score at 1 1/4, or sorry, 1/4 of an inch. And that is going to give our pocket a little bit more room, right? And so I had already done that. And then again, you will cut off into a triangle your sides, these 2 sides, just so there isn't so much bulk when you're gluing it down. Okay, so I had already done that. So I just need to ink this one. And again, it's on book page, as you can see. And then we'll get this one, we'll notch this, and then we will get this one glued down. So again, I'm just going to notch it in the middle. You could notch it anywhere you so choose, or not notch it at all. It's totally up to you, that part. But I like the little notches in this particular project. Okay, so again, we're going to put glue on our folded 1/4 inch to glue down our pocket. So you just need to oh, excuse me. I think what I need is I need to have a little cinnamon mint. Love those mints, guys. Available at the Dollar Tree, and they're sugarless, and I love cinnamon. Almost like, I don't know if you guys recall those cinnamon toothpicks that you used to be able to buy and you could chew on them. I don't know if they're available anymore or not, but when I was a kid and a teenager, I loved chewing on those toothpicks. And it was, of course, because of the cinnamon. So cinnamon is one of my favorite flavors. I like it in gum, and like these mints are awesome. And apparently cinnamon is actually supposed to be good for you, like using the spice cinnamon. I think it's good for blood pressure. No, it's either blood pressure or for your sugars, like to keep your sugars even. I'm not quite sure now which one it is, but it's supposed to be good for you. Not that there is actually cinnamon in these mints. It's just flavored that way. Okay. So we'll get that all glued down. And while that's drying, we'll work on what we need over here. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to do the underneath here pocket, right? So what we need to do is your bottom pocket under your flip up is 4 inches across. 4 inches across and 2 3/4 inches lengthwise. Again, if you wanted to make it a little smaller, you could make it 2.5 quite easily, or even 2 1/4, but I liked the 2 3/4 for this. So again, it's on book page, and I'm going to notch it, and really all we have to do is glue this on. First I'll notch it, and we will put some ink on there. But first, I think before I glue this on, I'm going to place my flip up. So your flip up, you basically, all we're going to do is we had scored it 1/2 inch, and we are going to glue it on. And we'll put our glue on. Oh, this one's coming up. Sometimes it takes a little while for the glue to take. Okay, so then we're just going to glue this. So where you put your glue, where you put your glue on this, of course, is when it folds over, we want the glue on the top, not on the bottom. We want it on the top. So I just open it up, and I'm going to place glue along this folded 1/2-inch piece. And then all we're going to do is we're going to glue it on the top, just like that. Well, I want it a little bit further up. There we go. I'm going to put it even a little further. Oh, no, I guess I'm not. It's okay. It's fine right there. I was going to put just a tad further up, but no need. So I noticed this little piece here came up. So all I'm going to do is glue that. But if you were using cardstock, you of course don't have to worry about this part of it. The other thing is I chose not to sew this particular one, but you could certainly sew all the way around the outside, and you could also sew, well, you wouldn't have to, well, no, you would sew all the way around because you'd want to have the texture and see the stitching along here. And then you could sew around each of your pieces too, right? If you wanted that look. Okay, so now we just need to glue our pocket on the bottom here. So we're going to put glue along the 3 sides. And there you go, guys. It is assembled. And it's so cute and has so many different places to put your tags or your journaling cards, right? So I'm going to put that about there. Because in the end, if you really wanted to, I used the lighter digital, because if you wanted to, you could certainly journal right there, couldn't you? And especially with this one I had already made, you could also journal all the way under here, along here. This one has a bit more of a pattern. You could still journal on it, but it wouldn't be as nice as that one is. Okay, so the basically assemble is done, guys. So I'm just going to decorate it real quickly because I have an idea of a journal that I'd like to put it in. I'm going to leave that there, and then I'll hold it up at the end so you guys can write down the measurements if you so choose. And I hope that please subscribe and press a like on this video. It only helps my channel grow, and I want to keep bringing you videos, so I hope you guys will do that. Okay, so those I want to put on the pocket inside. This is what I thought I would do. There is a rose, a faint rose, and you'll still see a bit of it. But this is what I was thinking for the front, is what I want to do. Thought that was really cute. This here is a magazine image, and I antiqued it, and so it's no shine and it is faded. And I will show you in another video how to do that with a magazine image, and you want to make it look more older, and you want to take the gloss out of it. I'll show you how to do that. It's a cool process. Okay, I'm just inking around that, getting rid of the white edges. Same with this one. really like this together with the book and the rose on top. Thought it went really well with this. Same with the map. It just all goes together so nicely. So I think I want to put that underneath there. I'm trying to remember if this map is a sticker. No, it's not. Okay, so we're going to glue our map on first. I hope everyone's having a good day today. And having some crafting time with me is wonderful too. I'm glad you could join me. Okay. All right. Oh, I put a little bit over on the very edge. Sometimes I miss the very edge when I'm putting glue on. Okay. So let's put this right about there, I think. I'm not going to press it down until I look. Yeah, that'll be good. There we go. And then we'll put our book on. And this particular image I just made myself. I found it, and then I used my Cricut to cut out some of these images, which is awesome. Okay, right about there. Oh, let's move it over just a tad, I think. Yeah, that's better. And then we'll get this one glued on. This hourglass. I thought that was really nice. Image of an hourglass that I could use in some way, and I have. There's so many beautiful images out there, and it's just a matter of finding what works for you on what, and then you just have an instinct that it is going to make a lovely part of your image. You just don't know where, what project. So sometimes we have these images all cut out, don't we? Waiting for its home, where to put it. So there we go. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. And then I'm going to put this sticker here, is what I'm going to do. I thought that was a really nice image, and we have the butterflies on the inside, right? I just need a little bit of glue here. Get that secured down a little better. There we go. And then this is going to be the fun part. It's a sticker, and these stickers are always difficult to get apart. Get the edge, just gotta find the right edge. I love these stickers because they're very translucent, right? But they're not the easiest, so excuse me if my head gets in the way. They're not the easiest to take off their backing. I think I got it. Yes. Oh, And sometimes they'll snap back and you got to start over. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to put that right about there. There we go. So the hint of that rose is still peeking out. Oh, love it, love it, love it. So on the inside, I don't need to really decorate this because it's already got the butterflies, but I liked this little stampy kind of image on it. So I'm gonna, it's again a sticker. I'm gonna put that right on there. That's what I'm gonna do. As soon as I can get this, oh, this one's gonna start a little easier than the last one, I think. Yep, yay. So I'm just gonna put that right at the bottom here. I kind of like that because it's gonna match what I'm gonna put on the pocket over here. And so I'm gonna put this down here. I might have to trim it a little bit off there because it goes over the pocket or over the notch, which is too bad. I had hoped not. Well, we could go that way and cut off this part. That's what we'll do. So I'm just going to ink it a little bit to get any white edges that I may have missed. Again, this is something that I designed and then I cut it out with my Cricut. That's what I did with this particular image. I really like it, so I'm gonna have to run some more off. Maybe I will, when I get my shop up and running, maybe I'll put some of these images, a digital of these images in my shop so you guys can use them too. Okay, that's bugging me, so I'm just gonna take that off. That, still bugging me. And then we'll move it over like that, and then we can cut some of that off, is what we'll do. So we'll get this glued on. There we go. So let's get this glued on, just like that. And then we're going to cut that little piece off, I think is what I'll do. Give it a minute to dry and then I'll do that. In the meantime, we'll tackle this little sticker that I want to put up on the top. It's the same as the one on the front cover. And I wanted to carry it through. Oh my goodness, that one came a lot easier than the other one. There we go. Okay, got a little bit of glue there that I'll just get a wipe and I'll be able to get that off there real quick. My fingers were sticky. There. And then we will cut this right here. Yeah, that looks fine. Oh, and I touched it again. Let's get that off. Get this off my fingers. I don't know what's going on there. I thought I had wiped it already. Okay, there we go, guys. It's all done. So, I just wanted to show you real quick. I have some tag. It's ready to go over here to use. And journal cards type thing. So, we have a pocket here, which you could put a journaling card or a tag. And then we've got a smaller one here. You could put a tag or a journaling card in there. This I just have as a shape for a journaling card. And then under here, you can put another tag under here, just like that. Or even a couple of tags, right? Whatever you prefer to do. And then it just, you can flip up and journal underneath here. The other one, you could journal on the flap too that I made. So, there we go. So this one would open up this way. This one opens up this way. So all depending where you want to put it in your book. The orientation is totally up to you. And as you can see, these have a little bit more, because of that 1/4 inch, you could put several tags in here, right? Or pieces of paper or whatever you would like. So that's it for today, guys. I'm going to hold this up for you so you can take a screenshot if you so wish. And then this is, if you could adjust this down, you would just make sure that each measurement that you made, you did the exact same downwards with the other measurements. So you could make a smaller one if you so wanted to. But I love it, and I hope you enjoyed that. Whoop. And I hope you all have a lovely, lovely day and a crafty kind of day, and we'll see and talk to you soon. Bye for now.